So I reiterate here, the bill is dead.
The story of this great city is about the years before this night. We are free!
Happy New Year! Shinyan Kwaila! كل سنة وانتم طيبين.
What?
Joyeux anniversaire? No, it's not anniversaire. Fuck, my French is rusty.
Oh, there we go. We're starting the year already with swearing.
All right.
This is what's happening.
Let's start again, everyone. Happy New Year. This is Mohammed Magdi in 2024, completely forgetting his French.
Yay.
Yes. What languages do you know? I fucking spoke 4 languages
Yeah,
now.
but
and
I mean,
you're
speaking 4
judging
languages
me.
incorrectly doesn't qualify for speaking
I did
multiple
3
languages.
correctly,
I
and
can-
then French failed.
I mean, like, I can speak like baby, like goo goo gaga gaga goo goo. I'm like, do you understand? No, nobody gets it. Doesn't qualify as a language, man. All right, well,
yeah.
it's the new year. We made it. It happened. Like
we
I
made
was.
it.
I remember when I was doing my New Year's Eve gig, I was telling people like, well, you know what? If you have any bills you got to pay, you better do it now because 2024 is coming in, and you know, there's no like, oh, I paid it last year. No, you didn't. It's gonna be this year. So it actually happened.
God damn it! I said happy birthday in French
Ah,
instead of Happy New Year.
Yeah, so close. That's okay. Someone's
Yeah.
birthday on the 1st of Jan, probably.
That is true.
Or when
yeah,
they listen
it's
to this.
Jesus.
I have no idea.
Wait,
No-
Christmas is Jesus' birthday.
So Tim Chan has this whole bit about like how it's like his birthday, but like they celebrate New Year's on another day, and like
Yeah,
it's really confusing.
Yeah, what is the difference? Like, I'm genuinely I don't know.
All right, so again, based on the tradition of this podcast of no
Yeah.
research, we're gonna all guess now.
Yeah, so Christmas.
So what's the deal?
If he's born in one of the days, what is?
So I'm guessing what happened was this, okay? So life was simple in the beginning when he was first born.
Yeah.
So let's assume it's 25th of December,
Sure.
okay? And it was like, oh, it's our birthday, come on over, yeah, right? And then like Joseph was making them, like, everybody like tables and chairs and stuff. Like, he had all the time. Then Jesus got older, right? And he was all like, you know, I got stuff going on. You know,
Yeah.
I've got a meeting with this guy. Judas wants me to talk to him, stuff like that. And then his birthday came around. He's like, oh shit, I'm busy that day,
Yeah.
man. I can't celebrate. He's like, oh, what do I do? But I'm the man. And so he's probably like, you know what? I'll give it like a 7-day period, right? You know, within a week's time,
Yeah.
which is very fair. Like very often, you know, like say you give out invoices, and you're like, pay
Yeah.
within the week, okay?
Yes.
So Monday or
So
Tuesday,
bring
we get
me
it.
gifts within the week.
Correct. Yeah. So it's fair enough.
Which
know.
is why the 26th is called Boxing Day.
exactly
Because that's where people started boxing his gifts.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're putting it together, or
Right,
else
right.
he was like beating them up for like, "Where's my goddamn gift?" You know, he was doing that.
Turning all the water into wine. I had this old bit that like I was so upset that Louis C.K. did it like way better than me, obviously. But like it's exactly the same idea, which is like him having using his powers, but people being upset at like because they didn't need it.
Yeah.
So
He's not impressed.
Yeah, I didn't take it further, but my bit was like he's turning into water into wine, and everyone's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but we need drinking water.
Yeah, we actually want to drink
we
water,
want
yeah.
to drink water. We can't feed our babies
Exactly.
wine. You
This is
idiot.
dehydrating, dude. It's
Exactly.
even worse.
So yeah, he did like a big chunk of it, and I watched it. I'm like, God damn it, that was the idea that
Well,
I
at
had.
least that
but-
tells you that you're on that same level, or he's gone
I
down
know.
to your level.
I was
Yeah.
proud.
Yeah.
I was proud and upset at the same time
Yeah,
because I'm
yeah.
like, that's a great idea, but also I knew myself my
Yeah.
limitations. I can't take it further.
Yeah,
and he was like,
yeah.
all right, this is how it's done. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yes,
Like, God damn it! You took the whole idea and made it like grand.
Or actually, I was thinking so between the 25th and the 1st of January, one of them is his fake birthday, which makes him. I have a fake birthday.
oh,
So people can't judge me anymore for having a fake birthday.
Yeah,
Because, all
you
the
look
official
like
records.
and act like Jesus.
There you go.
There you
All
go.
the official records say
Yeah.
30th of September. My real birthday is the 3rd of October. No record
Oh.
of it. He has the same thing.
What about this? Okay, so that's one as well. So
Yeah.
it's probably one of those things like, dude, the guy's, he's VIP status, man.
Yeah.
We can't let the public know the real deal.
Exactly.
Oh, so his PR company was all like, hey, man,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
going to say it's this day, but you
Yeah.
and I both know what day it really
We
is.
let all the public throughout
Celebrate, yeah.
history
Yeah.
celebrate one, but we all know which one is the
Yeah,
real one.
exactly.
Or maybe he would have missed 1 year of school, which
Yeah.
is the same reasoning. I have a fake birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
I don't know what school
Just
it was
well, I mean,
back then.
the school of, I don't know, God. I would say the other one, it could be that he had to entertain so many people.
Yes.
He had to do it over 7 days.
Yes.
You get it? Like, I've actually done gigs before where the company's so big, they've had like 3 consecutive nights for their parties, and you go back 3 nights,
Yeah,
you're
like
like,
an
the hell?
Indian wedding.
Yeah, exactly. Same
Yeah.
deal. So Indian wedding, So
Yeah.
again, one more thing closer to God, right? I think that's probably it. So
Yeah.
what must have happened? Like, because the guy was really popular. Let's be honest,
Sure.
right? Everybody, pretty much everyone wants to be his friend. Okay, like Michael Jackson, buddy, you have nothing compared to this guy, right? All right. So basically, he must have been like, dude, I cannot cater to all these people. He was trying to book venues. No venue could accommodate like 7.6 million people at a go.
Right.
He's like, shit, I gotta work
Wait,
this
was
out.
that the population of the world?
I would just
New
use it
one?
Hong Kong. That's the closest population I can think of, right? Let's assume, right?
Sure.
And he's like, "Shit, I can't book these venues. They're all
Yeah.
pre-booked because like, let's be honest, booking venues is tough, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We know that very well.
We know that very well. And he's like, dude, these big venues, you got to put down a big deposit. The
Yeah.
production company doesn't have
You
enough
have to
lights.
make a licensing to hang shit.
Exactly. After a million people, you have a different licensing. The fire
Yeah.
department is like, we can't save these people because the fire department is partying themselves. He's like, ah, shit, we're in trouble,
Yeah, and
So
back then the fire department means like you hit two rocks together.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. Or you don't hit two rocks together to stop the fire, So that's what I think. What must have happened? He had a board of director meeting. He had like Joseph, Mary, the Holy Spirit, all that stuff
Yeah,
in the room,
his
right?
mom was on the meeting. For
He
some
had
reason.
to, she was
Yeah.
like she handed the business to him.
That's true. Yeah.
In other, okay, so then they're all sitting there like, all right, guys, we got to really work this out because our shareholders are not liking this. They show up to the party, they're not being seen. We don't even have catering, nothing's happening. He's like, what can we do? And then, like, of course, Mary doesn't even try, gets an idea,
Yeah.
just without even just conceives the idea without even giving any effort.
What
right?
was the thought bubble like before? Because that's way before the light bulb was invented.
Yes.
So what was above her head? It's not a light bulb.
It was two rocks hitting each other, creating a spark. Like, tick, tick. Yeah, exactly. Or maybe like I'm guessing what must have been like instead of the light bulb, you would just have a moment where she would just glow.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is just like the movies when they talk
Yeah,
about
when they
it.
get an
she
idea,
just glows
yeah,
and everyone's
she's-
like, she has an idea.
Yeah, like
You can
it's too
see
obvious. So through evolution, I think that's what happened. Like people were probably glowing with ideas all over the place,
Yes.
and it was getting really annoying.
It's like a video game.
Yeah, like a video game, they're glowing. You're like, better save them before they die.
Yes.
The thing is that what must have happened is that everybody, when they were getting ideas, they would glow. All right. Now, you and I both know the time you get best ideas is usually like halfway asleep, stuff like
Yes.
that. So
Or in
Joseph's
the shower.
or in
Yeah.
the shower, right? So Joseph's like having a good nap. He's dreaming away, and all of a sudden, like, what the hell is that bright light? He's like, Mary, stop your ideas.
Yeah, come
You know?
on, we're trying to sleep
I
here.
can't do this, man. This is ridiculous, And so that's what I mean. Hence why you would see all the statues, they would glow.
That is true. They all have ideas.
They
A lot
all
of
have ideas, exactly. And of all of them, Jesus always has an idea. The guy's always
He's
glowing.
always glowing.
He's
I was
always
always
glowing.
wondering about his skincare routine.
Right? And I
Yeah, it
was
turns
like,
out he just has too many ideas.
too many ideas,
Yeah.
man. So that's why he, with his creative mind, worked in the advertising industry. He decided, you know what? Instead of having one party, we can do 7 of them. People, and not just that, the last one, people are trying to make sure, dude, this is your last chance. If you don't party today, there's no more partying.
Yeah.
Let's do a countdown. This is your last chance to show up, everybody. So then that way.
Yeah.
Basically, I think the countdown wasn't a time.
That is true.
They were counting down the last 10 people that were coming to the party. That's all they have left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
and
all
it just
was.
happens to be like right at midnight. So it became a tradition.
It became a tradition.
For
They're like-
exactly
yeah.
2024
It
years.
was highly coincidental. What must
Yeah.
have happened actually, they were randomly counting and they're like, shit. Jesus was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set this as the time.
Yeah.
You get it? Like, it was just like, oh, let's just start counting now. I was like, okay. And then he's like, you know what? Screw it. Let's make this midnight.
I mean, back in year 1,
Yeah.
they didn't have watches. How are they keeping the time? Well, how do they know it's midnight? It's freaking dark.
I'm guessing the way they would know it's midnight was when their body clocks were like, I'm really sleepy.
Yeah.
And the king would be like, I announce it midnight. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
So everyone's like half awake. They're like, dude, we can't sleep because the king hasn't
But that's
announced
when
yet.
the water into wine thing happens. They're like, hey, you can stay up for a little bit more.
So they
Here's a
probably-
glass of wine.
Yeah, so they probably realized what happened was the king was, it was really disorganized. He was sleepy one day it's at 2 in the morning,
Yeah,
one day it's at
yeah.
1. Everyone's like, dude, we are tired, but we can't sleep until he announces midnight. They're like, what can we do? Like, dude, give him this drink.
Yeah.
He'll get sleepy soon. So 9 p.m. the guy's starting to drink.
Yeah.
By 11 p.m. they're like, all right, he's waving,
yeah.
dude. He's going to fade out.
Yeah.
12 a.m., boom,
Boom.
midnight.
Yeah, that's midnight.
That's what had happened.
Speaking of midnight,
Yeah.
we both had very different experiences at midnight.
That's right,
First
for
of
New
all,
Year's Eve.
I hope yours midnight was at least better than
For New
mine.
Year's Eve we're talking
For New
about,
Year's
yeah.
Eve, yeah. We're recording obviously like a week after. So Hong Kong had crazy. Did you see the fireworks?
I was indoors, so I couldn't see the fireworks at all.
So yeah, I was.
Could you?
I will tell you where I was exactly at midnight.
Nice, alright.
But I saw the complete video of it afterwards, and it looked insane.
Oh man, I haven't.
It's like 18 minutes. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
And it's like not like by someone's phone. It's like there is like an official thing with like mini cameras,
Okay,
like
that's
TV,
good. So it's
TV
not like
report.
shaking and like.
No. It's like TV report on
Damn.
YouTube.
Alright.
It's really, really good. Because the fireworks were coming off the ships in the middle too.
Yes. Yeah.
And the two buildings.
Yeah.
And there was also music and lights.
To synchronize it, right?
Yeah. So
Obviously.
it wasn't just fireworks like pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
Like my brother who lives in Dubai, every year he sends me like the fireworks that come off the Burj Khalifa, and they're impressive. But it's the same thing every year. It's just from Burj Khalifa. It's like, we get it. It's like a building that looks like it's on fire.
Yeah.
And then, just like fireworks coming off the building.
Yeah.
Tallest building in the world. Very impressive. Still boring as fuck to me. After like 3 years, I'm like, okay, you're doing some different colors.
I think they do the same thing like in IFC and stuff. It just spits from the sides.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. So,
Yeah.
but like this one was like full on.
All right.
So
Yeah.
I recommend you guys watch it it's on YouTube if you missed it.
Yeah.
But so okay, so we'll start with you because
right.
yours would obviously this whole episode is pretty
Yeah.
much about our two gigs,
Yes.
respective gigs on New Year's.
Yes.
Because we couldn't have been more different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
So
for
let's start
me,
with yours.
I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to announce this. I was at the Hong Kong Golf Club in Deepwater Bay, and I was the MC for the evening.
Right.
All right. So I go there, and I always, I like to go a bit early, want to check the lights and all that stuff. And I'm like, I'm there anyway. I'll just sit and do my own stuff. So I get there, I see the production house. We have a good chat. I work with them many times. I love working with them as well. And so we're doing this. Okay, this is all good. It's a small room. I think they have like 12 tables at best. And it's because the Hong Kong Golf Club is like kind of an older club. So therefore, I really like those clubs where you go and like, all right, this wall clearly has been here for like the last 40, 50 years.
Right,
Already,
I love that, yeah.
And you get the staff that of course have been worked there for the last 30 years. So you can see the friendship is very different. They're like, we know what's going on. What do you need, right?
And you worked with them before.
Never. I've never been in.
Okay.
Yeah, I pass the club all the time. I've always looked up like, oh my God, look at these people, right?
Yeah.
But I've never entered it. So I went there, and it was really cool because I got there, and I was like, okay, when I finish my gig tonight, I'm going to walk back to the train station because I wanted to enjoy the sea view.
Sure.
The, like little midnight walk.
What
and
was the
everything.
train station?
Ocean Park.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because just technically it's like 20, 30-minute walk.
Yeah,
Right? I'm like,
yeah.
this would be perfect, right? Cool weather, seaside. This is a fantastic way to start the year. So I get there, everything's good. All right, so basically flat dance floor stage. In other words, I'm not elevated on the stage.
Sure.
And I see the tables. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And because the room's shaped in a certain way, that there are 3 tables that are basically in another room. They're behind me. So think of it this way. You know how you normally have a comedy show and you have the audience in front, right? Then to your right, where normally you might have a green room,
Yes.
you have a space where there's another table there. But they have an open view of the outside room. So they can watch everyone else
watch everyone.
enjoying,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they can't see the stage. All right?
That's really good.
Yeah. So in a way, however, that room is now going to be part of the party.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. And I was like, ooh, okay. And they're like,
That's
that's
tricky.
how it is. I'm like, okay, let me have a think. So thanks to all the experience I've had, I'm like, okay, the key over here is you must engage them from the get-go.
Yeah.
In other words, if they feel engaged, they're in the game the whole night. Otherwise, they're like, well, we're in our room. We'll just drink our own wines. Who cares, right? So the night is about to begin. I look at the people coming in. You had all different ages. And the first table, I remember, was like, I think table number 9 or something. And they were all older people. And they came sitting, and clearly they were all friends. Like, it seemed like everybody knew each other, right? And I was like, okay, this is an old crowd. Interesting. I was, okay, well, what am I going to do? Because then older people.
And what's the ethnicity? All Chinese.
It was all Chinese. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I thought there'll be a mix, right? I thought it'll be English.
And you were booked to perform in English or Cantonese?
I was
or both?
originally booked for English, but I was talking to them. I'm like, I don't think English would be. I mean, they all spoke English. You could tell.
Yes.
But I was.
But
I
there's
think
no
they'll-
point. It's
Yeah.
like if you're a native Cantonese speaker, then all native Cantonese speakers.
Why not, right?
Why are you speaking to them in
yeah.
English?
Yeah, They can do it, but why not do Cantonese,
Exactly.
right? So I was like, okay. And then I kept watching. I saw some kids walking. I'm like, oh, okay. So I've got young kids. Like I'm talking like family young kids.
Sure.
That actually still want to be with their parents on New Year's Eve.
Yes,
you get
yes.
it? And I was like, okay, so I have this and that. But people seem to be in good spirits. In other words, the way I judge is this. When they come in and they're sitting there, are they looking left and right, be like, okay, what's going on? What am I doing? Are they kind of like, I don't know what to expect? Or are they like, oh, let me look at this hat and just put it on my head?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this little decoration.
Yeah,
This
they
is
are
pretty
more
cool.
like,
They're like, okay, this is cool.
Go with the
interesting.
flow, like
yeah.
this party mood.
Yeah, they're ready to do something different, right? All right, cool. Okay. So basically, the night begins, and I believe the manager introduces me, and then I get over there, and of course I begin with my English because I was like, I guarantee this crowd would love it when I speak to Cantonese.
Sure.
I'm like, good evening, everyone. It's New Year's Eve, but of course we are celebrating in Hong Kong, so you want to go to Monday, you know? So speaking Cantonese, like, yay! I'm like, all right, I got you guys. And then I was like, I want to see, you know, this crowd over here. There's a beach outside, people are all quiet, but I feel like they need to hear our noise right now. And I'm like, I want to see which area of this room has the best noise, the best energy, the best feng shui. And I started.
So everyone is sat down.
They're all sat down.
Yeah. Everyone's like, this is a show. We're gonna watch this guy.
Exactly. Yeah. So in the beginning, there were basically nobody was clear what to expect. All right. They were like, okay, so it'll be another night, because I'm sure they've been to many parties.
Yes.
And generally, the MC is not gonna be. Right? They're like, oh, good evening, everyone. We're gonna have a good time. Now, please enjoy dinner. I'll be back with more show. Right. And I was like, all right, we got to shake this up, because my goal was that separate room. I had to somehow get to them.
Yes.
But the moment I go into that room, my main stage is empty.
Yeah, you lose this.
Yeah. So I was like, oh man, I can't leave this room and go there, but I can't go there. Yeah, I can't not go there. So I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do let's see which side of the room is the craziest, you know, the easy one. And I'm like, all right, let's see my left side. Like, okay, and now the left side was like, yay! Right. And I'm like, all right, middle room, you're gonna be right in the center focus. So let me tell you this, that was what they called loud. And I feel like you over here, you have read a dictionary and you know what loud really means, right? And then I'm like, what do you think? All right, okay, cool. Then I go to the right, and this is what I like to do. I'm not trying to belittle anybody, but I'm trying to keep raising it up.
Of
I'm
course,
like,
you kind of pit them against each other in like a fun way.
Correct,
like make
you
it
know.
a competition of sorts.
Exactly, yeah. And
With
then
no stakes.
With
Just
no
like,
stakes, yeah. I'm like, we're having a good time, you know? And you kind of get that spirit going. And then I remember going to the right side. I'm like, okay, so, you know, I did the left side and middle side. Let me be honest with you. I was polite to them. I was trying to be nice, but I really like this side of the room, you know? And they're like, I'm like, what do you think? And finally, I'm like, and I see there's a little private room in the back, and you thought, oh, I'm in a safe room. The MC will never notice us. We can just drink. I'm like, I can see you clearly. I'm coming up, and I go into the room. I'm like, oh yeah, the 3 tables. I thought you were the secret VIP. No, you're front row right now. Make some noise, you know. And so that kind of energy. And once that happened,
what time are we talking?
We're talking about like it was 7:30.
Ooh, that's early.
It was a 4-hour.
Oh my
countdown.
god!
Yeah, it was starting at 7:30. I started, and then I was like, all right, we got to get this going. I was like, we got to have like a lot of.
And it is like an entertainment like program.
It's just me and games.
What?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That's a long time, right?
Oof.
Yeah, but it's all right. I was ready for it because there were a lot of big gaps in the middle.
Sure.
There was like a good 30 minutes between games, right?
Well, I guess there is food too, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah. So it's a Chinese thing, so therefore they could keep serving food.
What are the
between.
games?
They had like bingo. They had.
And you're doing that too?
I'm doing all that. I'm emceeing the whole
you're
thing.
emceeing the games as well, bringing people up, like
all that.
announcing winners
the whole night,
or whatever.
It was just me.
Holy shit,
just
that's
me
a
on
lot of
stage.
work.
Oh yeah. I've done this enough where I'm like, buddy, I'm used to this kind of like crazy 6 hours.
What kind of like energy drinks? Like, did you have coffee? Did you have
me?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you haven't seen me do like corporate emceeing then. Like I am up there like MMA ring announcer level, dude.
No, I know your energy, but like, what are you taking?
Me?
You have to have like
I'm
some
just on
sort
water.
of chemicals.
No. Like
Really?
when I'm doing gigs, because if I drink like coffee and everything, I will be high energy and I'll talk like this really fast. Right?
Yeah.
I'm already talking fast already, right?
Yes.
So I have to keep slowing myself down.
Damn.
So we did all that stuff, and then we had like it was a lot of fun, right? We had like some physical games. We had like limbo. We had like bingo and stuff like that. And then basically what was happening is that I would come back, do a game, and then there's a 20-minute break. We'll be back with more show, right? And I think the pacing was just right because you had a crowd that was kind of older as well, and they're not like, all right, let's go. They were like, I want to talk to my friends. I want to have some food, you know. But then after 20 minutes of talking to their friends, they're like, okay, I asked you about your granddaughter. I don't care anymore.
Sure.
All right, there's a game. Let's go play. They finished the game. All right, you know what?
That's perfect.
Yeah,
that makes me so jealous. You're gonna hear like almost everything you're saying. It's basically
opposite,
things that are going right.
Yeah.
And I've not had a single thing go right on my gig. But keep going. So what are you doing at midnight?
So all right, it's 11:50 p.m. and I'm in the room.
Is there a band?
There's a band. There's a band. Yeah, I already coordinated with the band and everything. You know, and
you brought the band.
No, so I work with Chunky Onion. You might have heard of them. They're a very good production company, right? And so I work with them, and they were handling everything. They had the band. So I work with them so many times that we kind of know each other's vibe. And I was like, all right, you know, and they do give me the lead. Like, what do you suggest we do this part? I'm like, I tell you what, 11:50 p.m. I'm gonna go up there, make an announcement. All right, we got 10 minutes, everybody. This is the time to go to the toilet. Go make a phone call, and then I would make all these
bring your drink
get all this stuff, right? Yeah. And I would think of all these stupid things. I'm like, all right, you have 10 minutes now to think about when midnight happens, who are you hugging first?
Yeah.
You know, are you hugging your wife? are you hugging his wife? You know,
Yeah.
stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And they love that kind of stuff, right?
Sure.
And I was okay. So 11:55 p.m. I go up there again. I'm drumming up like, all right, guys, it's 5 minutes, man. If you have any bills for the year, you better pay it now. Otherwise, you're going to be late and you have the penalty. You don't want to start the year.
Sure.
They're like, okay. And 11:57 p.m. I'm like, all right, everyone, we're down to the last 3 minutes. This is the time you have any regrets. Apologize to anybody you need to right now.
Right.
All that stuff. And then 11:58. 0.5. That's when I go up there doing the whole non-stop talking until it hits midnight.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, we have now 90 seconds, everybody. This is it. You know, you were thinking, I don't want it to get older. I don't want the year to come, but it's going to happen. We have 75 seconds left, everybody.
Nice.
And I'm constantly
Even
talking.
I'm excited hearing to
Right? And I'm
hearing
doing
you
the
now.
whole horse race thing. And we're down to the last 55 seconds. Not even a minute left to go. So you better be
Well,
standing
how do
up.
you know
dude.
that?
I have my phone.
Yeah, but the phone doesn't have the seconds.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
What?
So we checked everybody. I was like, all right, we're going to go with my phone
Yeah.
as the correct one. And it was like maybe half a second off between
Sure.
each other. I'm like, whatever,
Yeah.
that's normal, right?
Yeah.
So I'm doing
But I
this.
didn't know the phone has a second.
You can,
Because
yeah.
obviously all the phones are synchronized now.
Yeah.
But, like,
there's
the
an
minute.
app. You can like
Okay.
have the seconds and
Sure,
everything.
okay.
And if you want to go crazy, you can apparently go to like the Hong Kong Observatory website. They have a clock there. So I'm like, relax, okay. I'm not doing. I don't want the
Right.
internet to get
it's
cut.
It's like connected to some mercury clock
Something,
or
yeah, they can
something
detect
under- under the earth crust.
Yeah. Some lava pit is telling them when the seconds are happening.
Yeah.
Some magnetic field or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, long story short, I'm down to like the last 20 seconds. By that time, honestly, dude. Everyone is just like watching me go like, dude, let's do this.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm like, we're down to 20 seconds. I tell you now, this is the time. Practice your Cantonese, English. I don't care. Just know how to count. All you have to remember is 10 to 1. That's why we're down to 12 seconds, everybody. This is it, kids. Can you count with me? 10.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I'm doing that. We're down
Sure.
to the 1. And then everyone just went nuts.
Nice.
All the old people were standing up.
Yeah,
They were.
yeah.
I was like, this is it, man.
And there is no music, nothing. It's just like people like...
They were, and the band was like, all right, happy New Year, bam!
Oh,
Champagne,
great. Yeah,
people.
yeah.
And dude, like honestly, I was so happy at that moment because like, I remember at 7 p.m. when I first saw the crowd, right? I was like, there's a lot of old people. They're sitting down already. They're not, they're not high energy yet.
Yeah.
But dude, by midnight, all of them were up. They had
Wow.
hats on. They
Yeah.
were like in good moods. They would have the champagne. People came up to like, cheers, yeah. And I didn't even have a glass of champagne in my hand yet. I was so
Yeah.
busy with my work and
Sure.
everything. I'm like fist bumping their the glasses, you know.
You're like, yay, give me a
yeah,
thumbs
right.
up.
And then someone comes over with a whole bottle, like chug this. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, relax. I still got to count right now,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, it went really well. And funnily enough, like within like 15 minutes after that, people left. They were like, we
okay.
done. We're
Yeah,
good.
we're
I'm like-
old.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I respect that.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That means you can go too.
Correct. And it was actually time till around 12:30 a.m. I'm like, this is fantastic,
Yeah.
man. We finished, wrapped up, I took a few photos here and there, and then I packed up, and then I left, and I walked nice and slowly along the...
To the MTR.
Yeah, to the MTR.
Nice.
And it was like, dude, it was such a perfect way to start the year.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a little short story. I think around maybe like 15 years ago, or maybe, I think 15 years ago, one New Year's Eve or night or whatever, I went for a walk up to the peak on my own, just thinking things through and everything. I'm like, man, and that moment to me, I was like, dude, I remember this feeling.
Yeah.
This is, oh my God, where was I back then?
Yes.
And where am I now? I'm like, whoa, this is
That's
surreal.
amazing.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, this is
so
a good
back
omen.
then that New Year's Eve 15 years ago, you
15,
were like,
20, yeah. I was
you were
like-
not really happy. Like, were you like, I gotta
was
do
a bit-
something right?
Yeah.
Like,
I was
see.
like basically confused with everything. I'm like, man,
Sure.
I'm really working hard. Why are things always like this? Why is it always like this for me? There was a lot of that basically, not really anger, but more like, I don't know where it's going, but
Yes,
I'm
yes.
going to do what I can this year. This is it, kind of self-psyching thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And then I'll do that. I'm like, oh, this is great, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, dude, I have no complaints at all.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I work with Chunky Onion and those guys are fantastic. Every
Right.
time I work with them, like, buddy,
I should recommend them to the people that I worked with.
Oh, yeah.
They had no idea.
Yeah, and here we go. That is the white, happy, yay.
Yeah.
Yay, New Year.
Well, I can start by saying what happened was so bad, it's actually funny. I'm not mad at all. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Like how badly everything went.
So give me a bit of background right now.
Yeah.
So basically, New Year's Eve, you emceeing comedy. What was your
Well,
your
okay,
job?
so the quick version is that like our buddy, actually while I was walking over here, like trying to retell, like just
rethink the whole flow. Yeah.
Yeah, think of the flow. I decided to not name anybody at all.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good
Yeah,
or
better.
bad.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
So
yeah,
one
yeah.
of our friends,
Yeah.
comedian, was offered the gig after performing at backstage.
Oh.
And then that comedian was not available on New Year's.
No.
So he actually.
Well, that's a
passed
good
it-
sign.
It's a good sign.
That means you're booked already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
also that means we do that with each other.
Oh, yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of the
don't
times.
lose
Like,
the
we
gig.
pass, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We pass on gigs to each other.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
that part is normal.
Yeah.
So he wasn't available. Passed it. He's like, "Do you want to do the gig? What are you doing New Year's?" I'm like, "I would like to make money." So
Yeah.
I would do the gig.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't have solid plans. Annie and her sister were here, but
Yeah.
we're just gonna hang out.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we don't want to go out like when it's
Yeah.
busy or whatever. So I'm like, I'm just gonna do the gig. So the gig that was given to me was someone's very rich house.
Okay.
Close to somewhere in the south of
But
Hong
did
Kong
you
Island.
know the background of the client before?
No, I
No.
had to dig up later and
Yeah.
try to understand what the client. What I was told is that it's someone's residence. It's
Yes.
It's a crazy mansion in the south of Hong
Ah.
Kong Island.
Damn.
I can actually say the location. The location is somewhere near Big Wave Bay,
Yeah.
and they're building a marquee
Ooh, look at
on
this.
his property.
My way was deep. Yours was big.
Big, yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you prefer?
So
Yeah.
it was on Big Wave Bay, and they're building a marquee.
Yes.
And they did tell me from the beginning, it's 40 people, and there's an entertainment program. You're gonna be the comedian. I'm like,
Nice.
great, done. All right, blah blah. I talked to the booker. We sent terms, blah blah. All of these things. Now I'm getting closer to the date, so I tried to ask them a few times before, like a week leading up to the gig, what time is my number?
Performance slot. Yeah. Yeah.
Just for layman term, what time is my number?
Yeah.
And in the beginning, they told me, oh, it's 11 p.m. And I said, I was booked for, in the beginning, they asked for 45 minutes, which I just said,
Yeah,
no.
no.
Even
yeah.
with more money,
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't want a comedian
Yeah,
for
yeah.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
You don't want anyone for 45
Yeah, it's
minutes
too long,
on New
man.
Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Unless, unless, you don't want anyone for 45 minutes,
Yeah.
period.
No performance. Yeah. That's
So I just
crazy,
said 30 minutes. That's the maximum. And actually, I tried to get less. And they're like, okay, do 30 minute slot. Fine. When is it? They said 11 p.m. I said, too late. Your midnight, your countdown is midnight.
Yeah.
11 to 11:30, too late.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
try to do it a little earlier. Reshuffle your program. So they were giving me. We ended up on 10:15. 10:15
Okay.
to 10:45. Not bad at all.
Alright, yeah.
That's fine. So they're like, okay, take an Uber to the gig. Or
Were you
Uber.
the only performance?
No, so I'll get to that part.
All right.
So a day before the show,
Yeah.
30th of December, I go, hey, what's the rundown for the night?
Yeah.
And they say, number one mentalist, a friend of ours. Again,
Okay,
I'm not
yeah,
going to
yeah.
mention any
Yeah,
names.
yeah,
Mentalist number one, friend of ours. Number two, aerialist. Number three, band. Number four, you.
Whoa.
And
I wouldn't put it in that order, man. Yeah. That order is not the. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I'm like, okay, I don't think I'm in a position. I'm just a performer. I don't
Yeah.
think I'm in a position to be like, here's how you should run your party.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever, man.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do my number.
Yeah.
So they're like, take an Uber. Don't take any chances. Take an Uber, reimburse you, blah, blah, blah. Just be there. I'm like, just like you, I like to be there like an hour early.
Yeah.
So I actually took an Uber and I was messaging our mentalist friend
Yeah.
to ask him how the scene is. And
Yeah.
he said, he gave me some background. He's like, they're all Chinese, but they all speak English, kind of like your game.
Yeah.
He's like, few children, be careful. He was like, they seem to be engaging with me. His set is going well.
Yeah.
He's doing, I think, 30 or 45 minutes. They
Yeah.
did the same thing with him. And he also pushed back to 30 minutes as well. And he was like, you'll be fine, blah, blah. So I arrive. He had just finished his set. And he's sitting there down to eat. And then there is an aerialist.
What type of food? Like, I'm curious. Like,
So the
Buffet?
people who ran so there's a host. He lives there with his wife and
Yes.
his two kids.
Yes.
And he works in, I can say that, he is in property in Hong Kong.
yeah. All right.
Well, obviously, that explains the crazy mansion.
He's like, I work at this. I better live better. Yeah.
When I looked up, they gave me the address, obviously.
Yeah.
When I looked up the address, it showed up on Google Maps as like basically like
A blank patch.
Whitney Houston's house.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's the opposite. It showed up like an
Wow.
insane house that you
Oh.
would, even if you see it in like Hollywood Hills, you'd be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
It's here in Hong Kong.
Man.
So I already knew I'm going into something very extravagant.
Yeah.
So I walk in there. So the people who did the lineup and the party are actually his friends who run a restaurant group.
Ah, okay.
So
So the
they are
F&B
the
guys
ones-
were like, let's put something
Exact-
together. Yeah. He's like,
exactly.
sure, just get it done. All right.
He just dumped it on them.
Yeah.
So he just wants to host.
So
And
this
apparently
is-
they do it every year in the same house because he has a huge house.
Yeah, why waste
But they
it,
do
right? Yeah.
every year different
different.
format. When I talked to him last year was more formal. It was a sit-down dinner. And there
yeah.
was basically no entertainment numbers.
I think also with COVID and everything, that's why they were like, we can't really do it. Yeah.
So
yeah.
this year they wanted to go a little bit more out. So they had an entertainment program, which
Yes.
is the
performances and stuff. Yeah.
The catering people took care of, because the catering
So
person.
the catering people were basically just F&B people. They were not production.
No,
Event.
correct.
They weren't
They're
event,
not
yeah.
events people.
Yeah.
They're just F&B.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of restaurants. Again,
Either way,
they're
yeah,
all
it doesn't
very
matter.
big names.
Yeah.
So the person in charge of the F&B stuff, he's the one who booked all the entertainment.
Got it, yeah.
And he's actually connected with some of us.
Nice.
Right? So super nice guy. So I arrived there. There's a woman who's kind of like in charge of things, but she's just standing there. I was texting her. I'm like, hi, that's me. She goes like, yeah, okay. I think you should be on at 10:15. I'm there at like 9:15.
Yeah.
I think you should be on at 10:15. Just chill out. So I walk around.
Yeah.
And that's when I know how much money is in this party. There is a caviar bar.
Oh, wow.
There is just like two people, white
Yeah.
guy and Chinese guy, serving caviar to anybody.
Yeah,
I can eat food.
Yeah.
But I had made the mistake of having dinner before.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck.
I always do like these kinds of give with that. We'll give you food as well. I'm like, I've done sandwiches and stuff. I'm like, man, this is not happening.
Yeah.
Like I said,
this one, which is also like a full-on dessert bar. I
Yeah.
love desserts like you.
Yeah.
I was too full to actually enjoy any of it.
damn
So
it,
I just
yeah.
had like some cheese, but the caviar
Yeah.
I had to try.
Yeah.
So I was just standing.
So how
there.
was the caviar? Was it like?
It was.
Have you ever had caviar before?
Yeah, I did.
I don't recall ever having it. Like I've had it on top of like dim sum and stuff.
Yeah.
One or two.
Yeah, those like little.
Those really don't count, right? You need
no.
like the. Yeah.
No, I had it in Russia. That's when it was like the top, like because in Russia it's cheaper and it's
Yeah.
more accessible. It's
Yeah.
fresh and whatever.
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. So this caviar was fine,
All right. Okay.
but it's like at
Yeah.
least it's legit because
Yeah.
there's a lot of caviar in Hong Kong that is fake.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So whatever. I'm walking around. So the food is buffet, right? So there's like table set in the back, and then with like a bunch of
High
server.
tables and just like stand
Yeah.
there and eat. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, people can just grab. There is
Yeah.
high tables, but
Ooh.
people have their own
buffet
table.
performances are like tough, man.
Right.
Because like any moment they're like, yeah, I'm attracted by the cheese now.
Yes.
And they'll get up and leave.
And the food is insane. There is also a skewer station.
Yeah.
There's also like about 20 staff, like
Just
the
just
catering
serving.
people serving. So it's
dude.
a lot of people.
Yeah, because I remember when I did the Formula E, they had like the E Village, I believe was the E Village was a public area. Emotion Club was the tent, just like your
Right,
marquee,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And inside, like, dude, I was allowed to go in. I had 2 passes, me and a girlfriend as well. And I think like the next day, my mom came as well to go and check it out. Dude, you went at Conrad Catering. And I was like, ooh la la. Like, I'm outside E Village, like eating like fish balls. Like, all right, yeah, fish balls. Yeah, walking like, holy shit. Another level. So I totally can picture this.
So I forgot to mention something to set up the scene as well. This is, and I'm not saying this for comedic effect, this is objectively the worst gig. Not just that I have performed on.
Yeah.
I've been doing stand up now. This is my 11th year.
Yeah.
Or I have run shows for that many years almost. Or even I have witnessed in terms of stand up. Or in terms of like setup and like how bad it went. So anyway, I'm like walking around. So now the airless is on. The airless is one woman.
So can you describe when you say bad? When you walked in, you feel a vibe when people not distracted.
So
was the
here's the
lighting
vibe.
not good?
So there is actually like about 8 tables. Like people have, it's kind of like a wedding when people
Yeah.
are assigned tables.
Yes.
Because they're all the host friends, the
Yes,
extended
of course, yes,
friends.
I know
right?
your name. I want you to
So
over
there is a sheet with like all the tables and stuff, and there is mixed, kind of like yours. They're not as old, but there is a bunch of kids as well.
Yeah.
So it's like there is a bunch of teenagers running around. There is a pool. No one is in the pool because it's cold. But
Yeah.
there's also a net and people playing like netball. It's a huge
Inside
lawn.
the marquee?
No, it's like
outside.
off the marquee.
Okay, yeah. So you can do
It's
outside.
like right on the ocean. It's fucking
So the marquee
gorgeous.
is sealed or it's open ended on both
It's
sides.
open ended on one side.
Okay.
And then the corner of the marquee there is the catering, and
Got
that's closed off.
Yeah.
But one side is completely open ended, including the stage part, which is like on the other side of the marquee, and then the airless is there. She set up like the airless. I don't really know how they work, but apparently it's just like a pole with a ring.
Yeah, at
And
the
she's
top,
just
right?
inside the ring at the top.
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
airless shit.
Oh, yeah.
And just one person.
Yeah.
So this is where I walk into. The 2 tables in front of her are talking to each other. They're all round tables. They're kind of talking to each other, and she is performing to absolutely nobody.
Yeah, I can imagine
So
that.
she's
yeah.
just there, and there's like some older people talking to each other, some kids running around, they're feeding kids or whatever. I also came in when the dinner was almost over. So the food was still there, but most people had
Yeah,
their
they
dinner
eaten already for now, yeah.
So where are most people? Most people are close to the house because there is a big wall with 2024 and balloons and shit.
And taking photos and stuff.
They're taking photos, they're hanging out, there are high tables there and more drinks. There's obviously open bar. And that's where most people are hanging out most of the night. They're actually closer to the house. And the house inside is gorgeous and there's a big TV and whatever. And when I walked in, I'm like, there's 20 people here. I was told there's 40.
Yeah.
So outside, there is almost kind of nobody.
Yeah.
Right? So now the aerialist is performing to about 8 people.
Got it.
Sat around their tables, talking to each other. Have not seen her once. I saw her do her very sad number. I'm sure she's great. I don't know
Yeah.
how they work. She was hot. I was looking at her.
All right, fair enough.
And then she like finished and just got off and did like her little bowie thing to zero nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Man.
Yeah.
I've had gigs where like nobody gave a shit. I'm like,
No one gave a shit.
Okay.
So this is when I started like realizing this is not going to be easy, because I walked to the woman who, you know, she works with the guy who booked me, like the restaurant group, and I'm like, hey, so can you just tell me imagination of how my thing is gonna go? She goes, okay, well, after her, then the band is gonna go on for about 20 minutes, and then you. And that was the answer. I'm like, okay, who's the MC? She goes, no MC.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so who's gonna introduce me? She goes, the band. I'm like, all right, that's something.
Yeah.
I asked our
band,
mentalist
yeah.
friend before he left, like, hey, did someone bring you up? He goes, no, but I recommend you talk to the host to
Ask him to, like, say something at
to
least,
say
yeah.
something or whatever. So I went to introduce myself to the host. A host, super nice guy. And I'm like, hey, I'm a comedian, blah, blah. He's like, oh, I'm so excited to have you. And I'm like, hey, I recommend you actually, like, people will listen to you. People are not going to listen to the band or, like, some random guy
Yeah.
who's going to be like, we have a comedian. Can you please, when I'm up, just, like, tell people, like, hey, we're going to have a comedian in 5 minutes or whatever. He goes, okay, that's a good idea. We chat for a little bit about life and nonsense, and we go our separate ways. It's about 10 p.m.
Yeah.
now. I'm supposed to go on at 10:15. Remember that. Band is singing. There is no reaction at all. So band is going. It's Filipino band. They're
Yeah,
great.
yeah, they're
doing
playing
their
the
thing.
music, yeah.
And even at some point, the singer, she goes, "Oh, this is a request by one of you guys," and
Yeah.
then no one cares
Yeah.
at all. I'm even standing on the other side. I came closer as a form of support.
Yeah.
All the actually, I think at that point there is nobody at the tables.
Yeah.
There is a couple of people like moving around, but there is nobody at the tables. Now, different problems arising. The host's wife, who obviously lives in the house, is getting drunk.
Oh.
And I was told by a couple of people, she will, as a form of a joke, oh, this is now, she's going to steal the party. And they're saying that as a form of like, this is a cool thing that's about to happen. This woman is going to be the party and we're all going to have fun.
All right.
Right?
okay.
Which is great.
What does
She's
that
the
mean? But
host.
Sure, yeah.
What does that mean? That means she's going to get louder and they're going to go like and drink
Yelling.
one to people. Because
Will
they
she run
told-
on stage?
Well,
All right. Okay. We get to
they
that.
actually told me that because they said, hey, you're going to have to drink with her. And I said, I don't drink.
Yeah.
So that was actually, that's how it came about. She's like, she's going to want to drink with everybody. She's a lot of fun. I said, I don't drink. So whatever, blah, blah. Band is still going. Now I'm eyeing the wife, who I did not talk to, but like we waved at each other when I was talking to her husband, and
Yeah.
she was like running around. So they're both wearing very glittery, like Adidas, like outfit,
Outfits,
but
yeah.
actually super glittery.
I can
Some
imagine.
form of like high-end Adidas.
Yeah, must be,
that
yeah.
you get from like rich people Adidas
Sure,
that
yeah,
you have
yeah.
never been to.
Yeah. We wouldn't understand, yeah.
They're both wearing a matching thing. It's very cute.
Yeah.
Now the band is kind of going on. Towards the end, the band's like, all right, thank you, everyone. And then there is a lull. The band does not bring me up. There's just silence.
Yes.
Right? So now there is also a DJ, like a sound
music.
booth. Yeah, there's a sound booth. The music kind of comes back on. It's like regular music. That's when the wife goes, all right, everyone, I am going to do karaoke.
Oh.
So now the wife wants to sing.
Yeah.
And the band were like, all right, we can sing with you.
Yeah.
And the wife just grabbed the mic and she started screaming her husband's name and his wife, his brother and a bunch
Yeah.
of people to come on and start dancing. Now the party is actually starting.
Oh, dude.
Now
yeah.
they're in a good mood.
Dude, I've done that before, man. I remember.
They're in
yeah.
such good mood.
Yeah.
The wife is singing. The husband is dancing with her. People are actually starting to have fun.
Yeah.
The DJs, the band is kind of like just locked
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
but
yeah.
they're actually, I learned later, they're also going to do the midnight countdown.
Yeah.
So they're going to go on after me again. But at this point, the band is like just kind of like checked out. The DJ took over.
Yeah.
And he's playing her music.
Sure,
and,
yeah.
And she's literally just playing like her own
Whatever, yeah.
Spotify or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And they're all having fun. They're genuine. This is the first time after being in this party for like an hour, they're actually having fun. There is, again, maybe 15 out of the 40 people are there. There is old people or kids
Sure,
or whatever
yeah.
wandering around drinking. But the core people, which is the husband, the main guy,
Yeah.
the wife, his brother who's also there with his wife, bunch of rich people having fun. I'm
Yeah.
standing there. I'm like, this is not good for
Yeah,
me.
dude. Like I'll give you a real quick anecdote. I've
Yeah.
done a gig before where like before me was also it was overseas, and like this comedian or somebody like started singing as his
Yeah.
final thing, does
Yeah.
a big song, goes down, shakes people's hands,
Yeah.
finishes, okay, thank you, good night.
Yeah.
He actually says thank you, good night, right? Just leaves the stage, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, yeah,
And
and
I
then,
would
like,
walk
it's
up
like
and
the
grab the
movie's,
mic.
like,
Yeah.
silence.
Yeah, and I walk up, grab the mic. Hey everyone, I'm Vivek Mahbubani.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah, we don't care.
So
like,
I'm
"Oh,
standing
yeah."
next to the woman, like the catering person, the booker actually, because the main guy who I said hi to in the beginning, he actually had to go to Central to see the firework or drive someone or whatever. So he
Oh.
won't even be there. So now
Oh.
this woman is in charge. So I'm standing next to her, and at this point I'm like, again, same question. How do you think I will go on here?
Yeah.
She goes, I don't know, but this is difficult.
Yeah.
I go, you think?
Yeah.
She goes, yeah, I think we'll have to wait for an opening of sorts. Now it's 10:45. Actually, if I want to be a dick, as per contract, I can just walk off.
Yeah, you'd be like,
I showed up for
yeah.
10:15 to
Yeah.
10:45. I did not get to go on.
Yeah.
I should walk off.
Yeah.
However, my contract's 50% deposit, 50% after.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to give up the 50%.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. And then I had to be honest with her. I'm like, I don't think I'm needed here.
Yeah.
So-
You really aren't. Yeah. At that point,
No.
it's like, buddy, I will be honest with you. Like, it would ruin the party.
That
Yeah.
I just stopped short of saying that
Yeah.
because I didn't want them to use this against me. As
Yeah,
in,
yeah,
like,
that you
me
said you wanna
saying,
do it, yeah,
yeah,
you're
I'm
not
not
good, yeah.
gonna do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just said I don't think I'm needed
Correct.
here.
Yeah.
And I told her a few times they're having so much fun. Again, stop short of saying I
Yeah.
shouldn't go on. I just said they're having so much fun.
Yeah.
Look at them having so much fun.
Yeah, yeah.
At this point, the wife is singing loudly. People, they all know each other.
Yeah.
I'm a stranger.
Yeah.
They all know, and then
Why would they stop and listen to a
why
stranger
would they stop
talk
and
about his life? It's like,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
now there is like 2 tables in the front, or like came closer to like cheer them on. They're all having fun, dancing, drinking
Yeah.
again, going back to the open bar, getting more drunk.
Yeah.
It's their own party, or they're screaming into a microphone,
Yeah.
having the time of their
Yeah.
life in their own house.
This is, like,
gorgeous house.
ideal.
It's ideal.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, I should not be anywhere close to this stage
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And this is where it's like, I reflected a lot on what happened. What happened is that it's nobody's fault
Yeah.
except for the bookers who did not do. And it's not their fault for booking a comedian. It's their fault for not knowing how to gradually do
yeah,
the
yeah,
energy.
the energy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't put the comedian after the band. It's like, dude, you
No.
had the energy all up, and now like, hey, so
Ex-
listen to me talk. It's
Exactly.
Like, what? Yeah.
So I should have been after the mentalist. It's
Yes,
mentalist
yes.
who gets everyone attention.
yeah. Do a
Me
bit of
keeping
comedy,
the
and then you got
attention.
Ariel that's just visual.
If areas
Yeah,
visual,
and the
that's when you
music.
disconnect.
Yeah.
Music, do the band, up the energy
Yeah,
until midnight.
exactly,
So
yeah.
even if the bookers are listening to this, I don't care.
Yeah.
You should have thought it through better.
Yeah.
Because what happened is that fucked me.
Yeah.
And affected the party that you were booked to
Yeah,
do.
yeah. They'll remember like, what was that? Like,
What was
yeah.
that, right? So now we're talking it's 10:55.
Yeah.
Not just that I haven't gone on, I am supposed to do 30 minutes,
Yeah,
but
you
also
do not,
getting
yeah.
into closer to midnight.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So the woman just takes me closer to the party where
Yeah.
they're all dancing and having fun.
Yeah.
And
And
then
she's like, stop them and make them listen
well,
to you.
she
It's like,
actually
oh, man.
grabbed like the husband just closer,
Oof.
and she just goes like points at me. She's like, he's here.
Yeah.
And this is the crucial. This is like in the movie. This is where like everything just like turns.
Yeah.
The woman, the wife, great woman, having a lot of fun, drinking and dancing.
And you tell her to stop.
The husband forces the mic from her hand. She has no intention
To stop,
of
yeah.
stop, or why would she?
Yeah, why would she?
The
Like,
husband literally just, he's not like fighting her, but,
Yeah, but he's like-
and, like a few times like nudges her. When she just doesn't stop, he just grabs the mic from her hand. He goes, "Hey everyone, I am X."
yeah.
So now, and this is
Yeah.
I'm using verbatim what he said.
Yeah.
Now we're an hour before countdown. So now for a little, we have a comedian.
Yeah.
He is gonna tell us his set, I guess. So
Oof.
here is Mohammed.
Oh, dude, this rings such a bell of that gig I had before. Like, not this is another gig that I
Yeah.
had where the MC was like, You funny?
There is no MC.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
When like the MC was drunk, I remember like real quick just to interject
Yeah.
before you, because like
Yeah.
and the MC was like, oh, okay, so we have a funny guy. He looks
Yeah.
at me, he's like, hey man, you funny?
Oh God.
And gives you gives you the mic. I'm like,
exactly.
what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, oh my god.
So not just that, like this completely fucks up everyone's energy.
Yeah.
But also the sound people have not been there for the whole time.
Yeah.
Like they did the DJ or whatever. I had asked them earlier to show me the spotlight.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, oh yeah, there is a decent spotlight. And then when I went on, there was no spotlight. And then the light people were not there at all.
Yeah.
So I'm like, not just after all of
Because
this,
they
I
saw
also
the
have
rundown.
no
There's nothing-
spotlight.
Yeah. Oh man.
No spotlight at all. And then so here's the scene. I go on and I go like, hi everyone, I'm a comedian. Host, to his credit, he sits right in the front to like support and like try to get other people to follow his lead.
Yeah.
Sits right dead front on the table. Wife walks off, kind of angry.
Fair enough, man. She's like, dude,
definitely.
okay, whatever, yeah.
She's like, what the fuck? Now there is about maybe 12 people in the marquee.
Okay.
Including the host. And four of them are the band.
Oh, man.
That are sitting on the other side just
yeah.
watching me.
Yeah.
Because they're going to go on after me. So four of them are the band who are not typical comedy audience. The other performers.
Yeah.
They don't give a
It's
shit.
not the same, yeah.
And there is like a family in the back of sorts. And I have no spotlight.
Oof.
And then the guy, like, I start, just telling them what I'm doing, blah, blah, doing light jokes, like, oh, this has been a tough year. It's glad everyone is having fun. I'm not really doing jokes at this point.
You're just trying to
because I know.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to build rapport, right?
Yeah.
And then light people come and just start fucking with all the lights.
It's like flinging around.
Flinging around.
Oh.
It's going all over the place. So now I have to address that. I'm like, I actually got like, I don't think the crowd knew, but I got a little upset because I'm like, my job is hard enough here.
Yeah.
Can you guys work with me a little bit?
Yeah.
Just give me a white spotlight.
Yeah.
I've seen it before.
Yeah.
So now I'm also dealing with this.
Yeah.
Like literally just telling them, just give me a white spotlight. Stop messing with it.
Yeah.
And I'm talking back to the audience.
Yeah.
There are like, to the best of their ability, the people who were there were kind of watching. But again, I'm booked for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm on minute like 10.
Yeah. And you're like,
Doing some things like material, which I will say, everything is bombing.
oh yeah, for
There
sure.
is nothing
They don't want to
working.
pay. Like, I can already tell you, number one.
I stopped their party
Yeah.
to listen to my jokes. Why would they do that?
So let me interject here and just explain
Yeah.
something. The dynamics that you must understand. Now, the people who come to this party, let's first understand. They are not the type of people who need to sit and pay attention and listen to someone else they don't know speak to them. They're like, who the fuck are you?
Yes.
Do you know who I am? Like,
Yes.
who I deal with? I don't need to be dealing with
Exactly.
this shit. Yeah.
I'm also sitting like it's a tables of billionaires,
Yeah.
Hong Kong billionaires.
Yeah. I don't
and
give
I'm
a
like,
shit.
Yeah, and they shouldn't. That's the thing. I can't be mad at them.
Yeah.
They shouldn't.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, they don't have to deal with any of this. It's their party. They paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
Somehow or another. You know how these things work.
Yeah,
Even if this guy is hosting and they're paying for everything, these people, they have paid money
Sure,
to be there some way or another.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Like, or even like they had like babysitters or whatever. Like they made
take care
effort
of it. Yeah, to make
take
sure I
care
can
of
go
it.
party
Why
tonight,
the
yeah.
fuck would they listen to some idiot like telling jokes?
Yeah.
It's like they shouldn't be there.
Yeah,
And
dude.
I contemplate throughout the set. At many times, I actually went, this is not worth the money anymore.
Yeah.
I would rather save these people's time and
Yeah.
energy and be like, hey guys, I'm just going to go off. I'm sorry to waste your time.
Yeah.
I genuinely consider doing it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, I'm here already.
Yeah.
There is 15
Power
minutes
through
more.
it, man.
Power
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah.
So we're at now minute 20. Again, I'm getting nothing.
Yeah.
Zero.
And they're
right?
still like listening, like, well, how long? How
So
much?
something gets thrown at me. I'm not joking. And
Small, large.
it's like an ornament of sort. Something gets thrown at me from the back, and I actually say,
From the back. Oh, damn.
yeah.
Someone
So
behind-
I actually say, I laugh it off because there was a kid.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a kid, but
Yeah.
I laugh it off like, oh, it's fine, because people get like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, don't worry, it's kids playing.
Yeah.
And this is probably the lowest point of almost like my comedy career.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm standing there having shit thrown at me
Yeah.
by billionaire kids or
Yeah.
adults
Yeah.
for
Who've
money.
never needed to ever look at the price sign of a menu or anything.
Exactly. And I'm like, this is bad.
Yeah.
Then 2 minutes later, a guy stands up from the back, walks up to me. He goes, what's your job? And I go, I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
He goes, do you hear anybody laughing? It's just like the movies.
Yeah.
And I go, well, I can't really explain to you why this is not working.
Yeah.
But I have a job to do. So please respect that I have a job to do.
Yeah.
And sit back down.
Yeah.
And he goes, blah, 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 and he just like walks back. Yeah, we pretty much the light flickered a few times. It didn't even stay on me. We pretty much I do finish 5 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
So
Fair.
like 25 minutes.
I would have been like, dude, 22. Get out, man.
So 25 minutes, and I go, all right, thanks. Like towards like the last 10 minutes, I did my, I guess, professionalism kicked in when I'm like, these people are not listening anyway. I'm just gonna engage them with
just talk to them a bit.
Stories.
Yeah.
Bit,
Hopefully,
like,
pull them into your world.
Exactly. Pull them into my world a little bit. So I did a couple of things that did get. I cannot say laughs. I did not get any laughs throughout the whole night.
Smiles at best.
But I got smiles and attention. I got nods, which I'm like, all right, I will take that. And I ended it with like a story that has a bit of a closure. And I got a smile from the host. And I go, thank you everyone for having me. I was a comedian.
Yeah.
Thanks for indulging me.
Yeah.
I will hand the mic back to the host now. I give him the host, give him a hug. I'm like, thank you. I'm out. Have a
Happy
great
New
night.
Year,
Happy New Year. And I just stand in the back for like 5 minutes, just like absorb.
Oh, dude, totally.
And then like
man.
call my Uber and just absorb what happened.
Just not even know what's going on. You're like, dude,
and even after I got off, it's just like the movies when like the band is like going back on, but like the equipment is still like shuffling around.
And you're like, they're blurry in the background. You're sitting going like, the fuck just what?
Yeah, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
And it makes it all worse having like these people, like their time is so precious.
Yeah.
So it's not even like I wasted someone's like time, like a kid's break or whatever.
Yeah.
Like when they're just gonna go back to their classes. Like they have one New Year's Eve once a year.
Yeah.
Some of them might not be around the year after.
Who knows?
For
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Exactly. And I actually what makes me sad is that not just like whatever having shit thrown at me. What makes me sad is that I actually feel like I robbed them of their
party.
Their party.
Yeah.
To no fault of their or mine.
Yeah.
Like I was there, booked there. I want to do my job.
Yeah.
But I robbed them of their party. I was actually genuinely a downer to their party. To no fault of theirs. Or mine. Yeah. And that just like, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's
dude,
like,
I totally feel you, man. No. I let me put it this way, is that I can totally feel it because like it's one of those things where like, dude, I did nothing wrong. I did my job. I'm professional. It's just that the circumstances, it could have been Chris Rock and he would have died.
Yes.
You know that?
Yeah, exactly. The only way this could have worked is that someone who overwhelmingly influenced them by their fame or whatever.
Yeah, and they're not listening to the jokes. They're like watching this. Oh my god, that is Chris Rock. That is Chris Rock. That's all it is. Yeah.
I genuinely, wholeheartedly believe that you're right.
Yeah.
If it was Chris Rock, they would have probably sat down, but they would have not engaged.
They would have sat down even not for 30 minutes though. After 20, they're like, Chris Rock's not that good. You know, like they were like doubting themselves. Like
nobody's that good in these circumstances. Also, there is no stage, by the way. This is like where
flat.
It's flat.
Oh,
you know, it's a marquee, like grass marquee. Whatever, and it's like, sound is great, which actually it makes it kind of worse because now your bombing is echoing.
Yeah. There's no blurriness of like, only they can hear me, nobody else can. Yeah.
That's actually when you wish the sound system was not as good.
Yeah. But you can blame like, oh, my jokes are hilarious. You just can't hear me properly.
Exactly, but the sound system is amazing. But yeah, like,
dude,
definitely the toughest gig, but also the worst I've even seen because it's just. It's like,
I see that's the issue is that a lot of times people on paper is like, yo, comedian, make them laugh. It's like there's a lot of things happening. It's like you don't say, oh, DJ, play some music. There's a speaker, there's a cable, there's a light, there's a this, there's a that. But then those are like, oh yeah, of course you have a speaker. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. It's like, yes, but we also need all this stuff for it to work. And secondly, as a performer, you know, the energy level is hard to explain. It's like there's a certain energy in the game. Like, then why book a low energy? I'm like, no, it's not low, it's a different energy, okay?
Yeah.
It's like saying the appetizer should not be filling. Then why eat it? It's like, it's like, dude, the point is to begin the whole meal. Same deal.
And also it's an attention game, right? Like when you have the biggest thing, like stand up, like one of the main pillars is that you have to have their undivided attention.
Correct. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And as opposed to music or like stand up is like mentalism, for example. Same thing like us. Like you have to have their undivided attention. Other than that, the trick won't work. We have tricks as well. As opposed to no disrespect to A-list or band. The band can be in the background. They're designed to do that. Like then you can talk while the band is playing. You cannot talk while the comedian is playing or the mentalist. Right? And the mentalist, because his act he can go around to tables and stuff. To his credit, he made it work. I walked in, the first person I met home, like, hey, where's the marquee, whatever. She brambled on about how amazing the mentalist was. So he killed.
Oh
right?
yeah, but that was the beginning of the night. They were all ready.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why. That's after him. They should have had me.
Yes, they
then.
still had their attention.
Even if they were
still,
eating.
yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
that would have been even better because they're glued to their table.
Yeah.
I would have loved to perform to them eating.
I'll put it. Eating would be bad, but it'll be better than this.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly,
Because
yeah.
what maybe I miss saying is that like throughout the whole night, like throughout my set, the 12 people were there. The rest are standing there talking loudly, by the
Yeah,
way,
and-
close to the house, like taking photos, and like they're not quiet because I'm performing. They're talking at their normal pace.
Yeah.
It's everything that is going wrong. So the Uber comes, and I say my goodbyes, whatever. This is the craziest part. The midnight, I see it kind of from the back of the Uber, and it's just like the movies when it's like a classic Hong Kong guy.
Yeah.
He does not say a word.
Yeah.
Midnight happens that we can see the fireworks over the bridge. I'm coming from the south of the island to IFC to meet Annie and
Yeah.
her sister. So we're kind of going by the water, and there are fireworks that's starting to happen. They're beautiful. And it's just like the driver does not say a word.
Yeah.
It's just like a representation of the whole night.
Yeah.
Midnight happens, the fireworks are going, and it's just silence because
Yeah.
we're in the car, the windows are up.
Yeah.
It's complete silence. You can hear like faded like fireworks as we're driving into traffic.
Yeah.
And then we get to IFC at 12:25. The fireworks are over.
Yeah.
Everything. But we actually, like, I get off the Uber, and the only words we exchange is Happy New Year, and we
Yeah.
go Happy New Year, and
Yeah.
they close the door. as everyone is leaving
Yeah.
IFC.
Dude, like this is such a perfect sad story thing where
Exactly.
like your gig was delayed, it
Yeah.
sucked, and then like the one thing you're like, just at least let me see the fireworks. You're in a fucking car,
I'm in a fucking car.
and the guy has no reaction. He's
no
like, yeah,
reaction.
sure,
He's just like
whatever.
a classic Hong Kong guy. He's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Does not react to anything.
Oh,
and then
man. And you're sitting there going
25
like,
minutes later, Happy New
dude,
Year.
I bet you like this is the thing. Like you're sitting there going like, the fuck is with my life? Man?
Yeah.
What's going on?
So it's
Like,
actually funny enough. I basically that night was
opposite- opposite, yeah.
15 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
On the peak.
Yeah.
When I'm like,
what the fuck, man? Like, I mean, I've done everything. It was really my fault. I mean, I don't get it. Why am I put in these circumstances? Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Full on, man. Oh, yeah, absolutely, dude.
but again, I am not like obviously like at the time, I have different emotions.
Yeah,
like,
that's
being
normal.
upset, being whatever. Like texting you guys saying it's funny. I have no resentment towards it. Like it doesn't make me. I genuinely think it's funny.
Yeah.
What happened, and it's one of these things. I always say like the best stories are almost always about failure.
Always tragedies, yeah.
No one wants to hear a story where like everything went perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
I mean, why did you not notice in the beginning when I was telling you about my night? I have to be like so excited about it because nobody gives a shit. You had a great night. I don't care.
Yeah.
Why are you telling me this
it's
stuff?
great news.
Yeah,
that you
good
had
for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's obviously the content people want to know what you're up to.
Yeah.
But it's not, I'm going to say,
Yeah.
no offense, it's not as interesting as my
Oh, for
story.
sure. Yeah. Like, no one's going to remember this episode, like, but he did Deepwater
Exactly,
Bay. I mean, hey, he did that
Everyone's
gig.
going to remember mine.
Yeah. And they're like, oh
Bad
my God.
gig.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, over it, got paid, whatever.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, let's put it this way. At least whoever is claiming to have a bad start to the year this year,
Yeah.
I think by now they're like, shit, man, life's pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there
Actually,
you go.
that is obviously like one of the main things of this podcast is making everyone feel better.
Yeah.
If you had whatever start your year, I hope after listening to this, know that I don't think. Actually, send us. Tell me if
Yeah.
your
What was worse?
if yours was worse.
Yeah.
I dare you.
Yeah.
Send me a worst New Year's Eve story or even New Year's Day story.
Yeah. I bet you anything, maybe one listener was actually a performer that was booked to go to the gig, said like, you know what, pay me on the spot. And
Right.
they're on their way and they organize like, we don't need you, bye. Like, that's the same gig. I didn't get to say, I don't like, they didn't have enough money to afford an Uber. So they had to walk all the way back, walk past the golf club that I was at, probably
Yeah.
looked into the window and they're like, is that Vivek performing?
Yeah.
What's going on?
God
and they're
damn
walking
it.
along the seafront. They get to the MTR station. There's too many people. They're inside the MTR in the tunnel at midnight.
Yeah. When the also driver has no reaction.
Yeah,
No
the only
happy
thing they hear
birthday.
at midnight is the next station is Admiralty. And they're like, God damn it.
What am
what
I
is my
doing?"
life? Yeah.
So upwards from here, everyone. Hopefully, I hope you enjoyed this New Year's Eve tale, and hope you had a great New Year start. And thanks for the support. 5th year, everyone. Ho
Yay.
Hong Kong, 5th year. And for this New Year, you can maybe gift someone the gift of laughter.
Yeah.
And more laughter on Patreon.com. Patreon.com/HoHoPod.
That's right.
We're about to record a bonus episode every single week. We have bonus content for about 15-20 minutes, and it's a very cool way to support the podcast and support my passion for telling stories of failure and Vivek from one success to another.
Hopefully.
Happy New Year.
All right.